Hey, what's up, Journey? What's cracking, baby?
Okay, last night. Can you turn those lights off?
Which ones?
The ones that are keeping me awake at night?
Which ones? Journey, I mean, the rope lights aren't keeping you awake.
What?
The rope lights, are they keeping you awake?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Keep them on till, 10 o'clock.
Journey, we went through this before, sweetheart.
What?
We went through this before. With the rope lights, they're not in your window.
What?
The rope lights are not in your window.
Honey, I have to put pillows over my windows so I can sleep.
With those rope lights on, Journey?
Yeah.
The cops came and they looked at the rope lights. They said they're not shining in your window. But I'll do you this. I will turn them off at 10 o'clock for you. Okay?
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I got you.
I don't mean to be a mean neighbor, and I want you as my neighbor.
I got it, Journey. All right? I'll turn them off at 10 o'clock. But the cops said they're not in your window or whatever, but I'll do that for you tonight. All right? Okay?
Okay, because do you ever turn them off?
I do. What you mean? I barely turn them on in the wintertime. I just have them on tonight because I'm outside. It's a little nice out, so I'm having a little moment with my sons. And they're just on right now. But yeah, I turn them on in the wintertime. It's barely on. Summertime,
you know
they be on all the
what?
time.
I've actually seen this video before, and I got into a tremendous argument on Instagram with people about my opinion about this video. Because this is posited, the title of this video, I don't know if you can see it in the upper right-hand corner, this is how you should treat your neighbors. No, this isn't how you should treat your neighbors. Actually, this is deplorable behavior. And I'm actually sick and doggone tired of these shenanigans from these types of people. And I'm tired of our country and our communities being split on what is right and wrong. This woman is out of line. If you have to put pillows up on your window so that you can sleep at night, then that's what you need to do. Go invest $19.99 or $49.99 in some blackout curtains. But what you don't do is you don't go over to your neighbor's house asking your neighbor to do something on their property so that you can feel more comfortable on your property. This right here is entitlement through and through. There's a lot of situations going on. She's inserting herself into this man's family time, onto his property, into his life because of the request that she has inside of her home. Lady, go back to your home. Go figure out how you can control what's happening in your house so that you can feel comfortable. I'm going to roll this back to the beginning and I'm going to stop it and give my commentary because I'm not going to sit here, because what's going to happen is this black man is going to start placating her and trying to make things more comfortable for her on her property. See, there's an age component here, there's a gender component here, and there's a race component here as well. And there are going to be some people who are going to be like, well, this has nothing to do with race. You don't know that. You're not inside this woman's heart. First of all, this woman is old enough to have been in her heyday during Jim Crow in this country. We are all embedded. We all have the programming of this country embedded in us, from what it is that we think about ourselves as women, what it is that we think about ourselves as old people, what it is that we think about ourselves as quote unquote black people, and what it is that we think about ourselves as quote unquote white people. And for some reason in her mind, she feels that she has authority enough to come over to her neighbor's house and ask this person to turn off whatever it is on their property for which they pay property taxes, for which they've bought their house. Lady, go back to your house. If you're lonely, right, there's probably a reason why people don't want to be around you. If you're lonely and you have no friends, you have no family, you have no grandchildren or no friends' grandchildren that come to visit you. Let me tell you, I know 70 and 80-year-old women. You know what they're doing? They're volunteering at the old folks' home for people who are older and more infirm than they are. They're taking cruises. They're playing bingo. They're finding ways to be social. They're spending up that money that they got left because you can't take it with you. They're not sitting up inside their damn house worried about what is going on somebody else's property. That's what they're not doing. They have their little condos because they've given up their houses because they don't need all of that space. These are the people that I know. To me, one of the biggest problems with this video are not necessarily the two people in the video, but all of the surrounding conversations that are happening online, where in white people's minds, this is the thing to do. Oh, they're commending him because he's the good Negro. Instead of condemning this woman for her entitled behavior, because if it was the other way around, it's kind of like in the gender war conversations that are happening online. People, depending on what it is that they're carrying between their legs, will automatically side with the people who got similar things between their legs simply because they share the same thing between their legs. And they make all types of excuses. Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. It is wrong for her to go over there and behave this way. If she is that lonely and she lacks the emotional intelligence and the social skills at this advanced age, then to be like, listen, lady, go get a box of Dunkin' Damn Heinz, bake a cake and bring it over and strike up conversation with your neighbors. This is why you're alone. This is why nobody wants to be around you, because you're miserable. And one of the biggest problems that I see with this is that there are Caucasoids online who are like, yeah, that's the way it should be, because to them, any other answer other than black people or minorities kowtowing to them, bowing to them, and making life more comfortable for them is out of order. So much so that there are going to be Caucasoids that see this video and then try to tell me that I'm out of order. Get blocked. Look, I don't need you. My channel isn't for you. And they're going to be people like, oh, I'm a white person and I watch your channel. Well, then my channel is for you. My channel is not for the people who expect for me to be uncomfortable in my skin and make excuses for you in yours. My channel is not for those types of people. My channel are for people who are looking for ways that they can love themselves more. And part of loving yourself is doing the internal work so that you don't have to be on someone's porch looking like this. Let me show you her face. Look, this look like a happy person to you? I understand maybe she has some trials and tribulations in her life, but lady, you're almost dead. I mean, it's the fact of the matter. Who will open up a door for a person looking like that? Get yourself together. Take care of yourself. Stop making your issues other people's issues. Go up inside your house and go get some doggone lights out curtains. Get some satin covers for your eyes. Do something, but don't do this. Let's play this all over again, and I'll stop it to just give little bits of commentary in between since we've already been talking for so long.
Hey, what's up, Journey? What's cracking, baby?
Okay, last night. Can you turn those lights off?
Which ones?
The ones that are keeping me awake at night?
Which ones? Journey, I mean...
Your sleep is your issue. Get some satin eye covers. Your lights are keeping me awake at night? No, dear. Your inability to take care of yourself is keeping you awake at night. Your inability to go and get some blackout curtains for your doggone windows is keeping you awake at night. You thinking that other people are doing something to you is keeping you awake at night.
The rope lights aren't keeping you awake.
What?
The rope lights, are they keeping you awake?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Keep them on till, 10 o'clock.
Who are you to tell somebody what to keep on or off on their property? Ma'am, go back to your house. I don't mind if you do XYZ on your property. He doesn't have lights shining like the Hollywood announcements flashing into her windows. And then he said that the police already came. Look, listen.
Johnny, we went through this before, sweetheart.
What?
We went through this before. With the rope lights, they're not in your window.
What?
The rope lights are not in your window.
Honey, I have to put pillows over my windows so I can sleep.
So then do what you gotta do. That is your issue. You solve it.
Those rope lights on, Journey?
Yeah.
The cops came and they looked at the rope lights. They said they're not shining in your window.
So from what it is that I gathered on Instagram, the police had been called. They're saying that he called the police just so that the police could mitigate the situation. They went into her bedroom and the lights were not shining into her window. But yet here she is in this man's face.
But I'll do you this. I will turn them off at 10 o'clock for you. Okay?
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I got you.
I don't mean to be a mean neighbor, and I want you as my neighbor.
Look, why is the question whether or not you want him as your neighbor? B, you don't control the neighborhood. I want you as my neighbor. Now you hear the little cry sound in her voice from 80 years of practicing her white woman fragility. Yes, come for me because I'm speaking the truth. Because when I put this video up, I know there's going to be people who come for me. Come. I'm ready. Listen, because I ain't your Negro. I'm not. Here she go with the voice quivering. I don't mean to be a mean neighbor. Then don't be a mean neighbor. Do what you got to do to not be this type of person.
I got it, Journey. All right? I'll turn them off at 10 o'clock, but the cops said they're not in your window or whatever, but I'll do that for you tonight, all right? Okay?
Okay, because do you ever turn them off?
I do. What you mean? I barely turn them on in the wintertime. I just have them on tonight because I'm outside. It's a little nice out, so I'm having a little moment with my sons. And
So now he has to explain to her that it's a nice night. He's having a moment with his sons. Okay, so the children are out there. You know they're going to bed soon. But that's neither here nor there. Lady, go back to your property.
Not right now. But yeah, I turn them on in the wintertime. It's barely on. Summertime, they be on all the time. But they're not shiny. They're low amber lights. You know what I mean?
I know, but I'm sorry to be a bitch.
You're not. But at the same time.
Then she goes, I'm sorry to be a bitch. And then he says, you're not. She already knows what she is. That's why she's alone. That's why there's nobody there with her. Not a friend, not a no one. No one. That's why she's not doing what it is. She's a thin woman. It's not like she's morbidly obese and can't move. She's a thin woman. She could be out there doing her walks, meeting people. She can get an animal and care for it. Well, I don't know if she has an animal or not. I doubt it, but nonetheless.
But I have to put pillows over my windows.
But at the same time, that's not what the cops said when they came over here that one time. And I had to call the police because you made a big scene at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Right, Charlie? So look, this is the thing. I'll turn them off.
So she made a big scene at 2 o'clock in the mornings, and he had to call the police because of the scene that she was making. And listen, if she is not mentally well, if she has some sort of dementia, there's a bunch of people in here who this woman reminds them of their nana or whatnot. So they're going to come and be like, Tanya, you being bad to my nana. If your nana is living alone, and she is in the early stages of dementia, then you are culpable for her behavior by not getting her a home health aide or you coming to stay with her so that you can keep her from roaming out into the streets acting the doggone fool. Having a disease is not the end of the conversation. That's a comma. Okay, so she has Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever. Okay, that's a comma. But what comes after the comma? What comes after the comma is how is this going to be solved? Because if she is demented, then definitely she should not be unsupervised.
I'm not going to be out there long. I'll turn them off for you. But at the same time.
Somebody says she better be glad she's not Tanya's neighbor. She wouldn't need to be glad or sad or anything because I'm not going to argue with her. This is not even going to be a conversation. She's going to have to move or something. Because if she's not happy where it is that she is and she's having these issues, because they used to run black people out of the neighborhoods before. They don't see us as human, many of them. Maybe he's her pet. Talking about she got a dog or a cat. Nah, she got a pet Negro right next door that she could go and mess with whenever she wants to. Please. I wouldn't be having these conversations with her. So she's not going to get nothing from me if I was her neighbor. She's going to have to go right the hell on back up to her house and listen. Maybe if I was feeling generous, I'd get her some blackout curtains so that she could keep her ass inside her house. But other than that, look, because they on a fixed income and they're like, oh, I can't afford the curtains. Here's $20. Let me get the curtains, put them up in her window. But I bet you, even if I got her the blackout curtain, she'd find her way back down there again because she's itching and switching to be up in somebody's face with some cantankerousness.
I had a right to have those lights on. They're not shining in your window. They might be annoying, but they're not. They're low amber lights. You know what I mean? So I will turn them off at 10 o'clock to appease you tonight and make sure you get some sleep. But we have to figure this out because we can't keep going back and forth over the same thing, right? That's what we're doing. We're going back and forth over the same thing, right? Over the same thing, Johnny. And the cops even came and they went in your bedroom and they said them lights are not bothering. They're not shining in because they're hanging below your window. They are. See what I think what it is, Johnny? I think you just need to come over when you're lonely and talk and have some food and some wine. How about that?
I'm sorry.
No, you're
It's
good.
just-
You're good.
Okay, because
What you looking in his house for, ma'am? What are you doing? She hears some noises in there, and now she's peeping inside. He done gave her an invite to come on over and drink some wine when she's lonely. Oh, yeah, I'm sure she'll like that. So that she could get nice and liquored up, sitting there in the company of some big, brolic black man. Yeah, get nice and saucy. Right, lady? This is probably some unfulfilled fantasy of hers. Yeah, come for me. I know you're going to come. Come for me. Me ready.
Yeah, my son's just cooking right now.
okay.
So he has to explain to her what's going on inside his damn house. Me and my sons are cooking right now. Lady, what you peeping in his house for? But meanwhile, if something like that were happening to her, she'd get her shotgun. And she'd be, who's that peeking in my window? Blow! Nobody now, right? If people were peeking inside her place, it'd be a big issue, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, I'm nude. You don't know who's inside of his house. Lady, what you looking in there for? It's none of your business.
I'll turn him off in a little bit.
No, if you turn them off at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll turn him off. I'm not going to be out there long.
What?
I'm not going to be out there long because I got.
So now he got to be like, yes, sir, master, I ain't going to be out there long, Mr. Daisy. Can you turn them off? Can you turn them off at 10? Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Daisy. Don't you worry. I'm not gonna be out there too long. Me and my son, we're about to go back in about now. Is that okay with you, Mr. Daisy?
Okay, but why were they on for so long last night?
What, the rope lights? You talking about the rope lights? You're not talking about the flood.
So now she's in a heated rush, tossing and turning in her bed, clutching herself. Why were your lights on so long last night? Why were your eyes still open, ma'am? Why haven't you gone down to Victoria's Secrets, Fredericks of Hollywood, or even Habands, or wherever the hell you get your stuff from, Land's End, Habands, Frilly in the city, wherever you go, and get yourself some satin eye covers for yourself, lady. Come on.
Lights, because the floodlights go off.
No, I'm talking about the lights that are hanging and that beautiful.
Johnny, they're low amber lights. They don't give out a lot of light. That's what I'm saying. And we went through this again. We went through this at 2 in the morning when you banged on my door, and you was like, yo, and the cops came, remember? And the cops went in there, and they came in your bedroom. The lights are hanging below your window. It's a tree blocking the window. So I don't see how those lights are really bothering you in your sleep patterns. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Well,
the cops even...
What's bothering her is that you're living life without her permission. That's what's bothering her. What's bothering her is that you're having a good time and you got your family and she's sitting up there alone because she probably done ran off every man that's ever come around. No friends want to be around her. Some people are going to say, oh, maybe her husband died. Yeah, I'm sure he did to get away. Let me be quiet. Let me just go ahead and play.
Said that when they came in your bedroom. They said, look, look, these lights is not bothering her. The cops came and said that. Did they not come in your bedroom, Johnny? Ma'am, did they not come in your bedroom? I'm going to be respectful, and I'm trying my best to be respectful. I understand you're old.
Okay.
You're getting older.
But I don't want to move into another bedroom.
Okay, you don't have to, Johnny. You don't have to, but
I don't want to move it. So she has multiple bedrooms in her home and people still don't want to be there with her. You don't have to move into another bedroom. If you have another bedroom and you're having trouble sleeping at night in the bedroom that you're in, do what you got to do in your home. Go to that other bedroom if it's just to sleep. Go in there if it's just to sleep. And then in the morning you can do all of the other stuff that you want to do in the other bedroom.
them lights are really not bothering you, sweetheart.
Can you just turn them down a little bit?
Johnny, they low amber. They don't work off a dial or a switch, but I will unplug them before.
Wait. Isn't there any way you can just turn them down a little lower?
No, because they're rope lights. They're for the backyard ambience, and they're low ambient light.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Like I said, I just think you just need some company. And if I'm off and you ain't got nothing else to do, if you want to come on the patio, bring your bottle of wine, come chill with your boy, I got you.
You see this dumb fool? The last thing you want is for her to get saucy sitting up in your place while she's lonely, writhing in her misery. Because you know what's going to happen next. Haven't you Negroes learned your lessons by now? Huh? She needs to do what she needs to do for herself to take care of herself. Listen, people are going to be like, yes, this is a good neighbor. This is what good neighbors should do. I'm a self love specialist. The most self loving thing to do in this situation is to protect yourself because you see, the police have already gotten involved. Don't invite her to become intoxicated on your property, sir. I mean, come on. Common sense will tell you. Does this woman even seem like she's a pleasant person to be around? He's placating her to the best of his ability, and she's still miserable, peeking in his house, fake crying. What's going to happen? You know what? Listen, let me go on to a quick caveat. When I lived on the RV park, right, I had this RV neighbor, white woman, and we drove from the mountains down to LA. Right? She was going to go visit her husband who had been in a terrible accident. He was comatose and inside of this nursing home, and she would drive down to see him, and she would sit with him, read to him, and just be there with him, right? And so since she was riding down, it was like a 45-minute ride. You know how it is in LA. I was like, okay, well, I can catch a ride with you next time you're going down. She drove me down there. So while she was there, I'm running errands. I think I had to do like some laundry. So I had like my bags of laundry with me, and I was in the laundry mat, and I was doing laundry and reading and using the internet and just chilling, just having a nice little time being off of the RV park. When we were driving back to the RV park, something had gone awry. She was feeling cantankerous, and she had already told me that she had called the police on people before and that she knows how to act like a senile old lady, and she'll cry and just act real fragile, right? Something had gone awry on the ride back. She was just, I don't know, she was feeling something just shifted in her after she had come back from seeing her husband comatose in the hospital. So we're driving, and she was like, she told me that she was going to put me out of her car on the side of the road. I don't even remember what, because I ain't the type of person to be like, no, 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 while someone is, no. Mm-mm. So I don't even remember why she said that to me. But I thought back in my mind about how she told me how she knows how to act like a fragile old lady. So I just closed my mouth and I waited until we got back to the RV park. I got out of her car, went into my place, and I deleted and blocked her number. And she had liked hanging around me, so much so that, because I even left the plot that I was in and I went to a different plot. And when I was back on the park, months later, she finally found me because, we had to alternate in and out of the RV park. And she finally found me and she knocked on my door and she was like, yeah, I've been trying to reach you. I enjoyed hanging out with you. What's going on? This and the other. And I told her straight up, I said, listen, I'm a black woman. You're an older white woman. And I was like, we were 40 miles away from the RV park. And you told me, you threatened me and told me you were going to put me out. Now, let me tell you something about the valleys of LA. Hot. You want to talk about hot? Oh my God. I wasn't going to be put out of that car in the middle of nowhere, in the heat of the damn desert with no water and no way to get back up. And I told her, I said, listen, I'm a black woman and you're an older white woman. And you threatened to put me out of your car. Now, if the police had to get involved and they see you and they see me, I already had an idea about how that was going to go. And I said, I'm not willing to take that risk. I said, I'm good. She apologized to me profusely, all the stuff that she was going through, because we were supposed to go to some play together, because we used to hang out. Like, I like older people or whatever. We were supposed to go to some play together. And I remember I had already gotten my ticket, and she had her ticket, and I guess she was coming around to see if we could ride together. I said, I will never get in your car with you ever again. I said, you've lost the privilege of having me get into your car. And she was like, well, maybe I'll see you at the thing, this, that, and the other. And you all may remember there was on my Instagram, there's a black curly wig and some old time glasses that I had gotten, some 1960s cat eye glasses. I went to the play that night in disguise. I had on this black curly wig, them cat eye glasses, and I sat in the back by myself, minding my damn business because I already had my ticket. I sat in the back with my disguise on and did not say a word to her. She wasn't too far from me either. And when she was looking around, because, these white people can't tell us apart. So with my black curly hair and my cat eye glasses, I knew she wasn't going to know who I was, and she did not. And I saw my little play. It was a wonderful performance. And then afterwards, I went back into my car and I went back to my RV. And I never, listen, there were a time or two that she tried to speak to me again. And I was like, look, man, when her husband died, she came and tried to speak to me again to let me know her husband died and she was in mourning and all this other stuff. But listen, see, she destroyed the relationship. And then when she needed someone, when her husband died and she was in mourning, there was nobody there for her. And then she came to me because I guess I was supposed to be the good Negro. But no, I don't play those games with you people. I don't play those games. But no. I don't know where she is now and what has ever happened to her. I went about my business. So this man is playing himself. This man is allowing her access to his private home. Why? She didn't do the things that she needed to in her life to ensure that she would have people around her, and she isn't doing those things now.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Love you, Journey.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it, sweetheart. You good. But I will turn them off at 10 o'clock.
I just don't want them on, till midnight.
Yeah, well, you should be asleep by midnight, honestly.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do,
Well, you
but
over
I
there
can't
turning
do
up
it.
all day.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, we got you, Journey. We got you, sweetheart.
Okay.
All right, so that is that. Honestly, what are your thoughts on all of this? Because I'm disgusted by this. I don't think that this is funny. I don't think this is cute, and I don't think it's excusable. I think that this is highly problematic, and I think that the precedent that this sets and has continued to set is for Black people to continuously and constantly have to bow down, kowtow, and placate to these people. Be a part of the live show with thousands of other viewers. Go to TonyaTKO.com/text and join the text notification squad and get a text whenever I go live. Support the show and yourself, and I'll see you on the next live broadcast.